Completing the square. To complete the square in a quadratic equation, we first must understand why we do this and why it's necessary. Well, completing the square is just a way to factor a quadratic trinomial equation completely. The reason we factor is to simplify an equation. This makes it easier to use and easier to write out. So, how do we complete the square? We want to get this equation down to its simplest form, but to do this, it needs to be a perfect equation. To perfect the equation, we just need to get a perfect c. But what do I mean by a perfect c? Well, in a perfect square equation, the value of c is half of b squared. So first we need to subtract the original c. That is not the value of half of b squared. But then we'll need a new c. Always remember that whenever you change an equation, you must change the same thing on both sides of the equation. There are 3 simple steps to finding the perfect c. First, take b and divide it by 2, or half it. Then take the answer and square it. Finally, add the answer to both sides of the equation. After that, we can factor the equation and complete the square. Let's go through an example. Our example is x squared plus 14x plus 15 equals 0. The first step is to subtract the imperfect c from both sides of the equation. This gives us x squared plus 14x equals minus 15. Now we'll find our new c. Remember, the formula is half of b squared. So we'll take the example b, which is 14, divided by 2, which equals 7, and square 7, which is equal to 49. So 49 is the perfect c. Finally, add 49 to both sides of the equation. To simplify the rest of the way, we must factor the left side. You can just use the AC method to factor. A times c equals 49 and b equals 14. 7 times 7 is equal to 49, and 7 plus 7 is equal to 14. So we can split b, which is 14x, into 7x plus 7x. All that is left to do is to simply factor in 2 groups. That gives us x plus 7 squared. Don't forget about the right side of the equation. Make sure to add that back in. Because negative 15 and 49 are like terms, we can add those together, giving us 34. Finally, set the equation back to 0, and you have successfully completed the square.